Hey friends, I think now that we actually had some sort of discussion that is on the the security side of things, let's try to talk about the tactics and techniques that the most of the attackers try to do on top of the an Azure deployment. So if you look at a particularly how an attacker tries to attack you, um, the first thing that actually they try to do is they try to get a initial access to your organization. And once they have an initial access to your organization, they try to be persistent with your systems. And once you're actually persistent on the systems, they try to escalate the privilege and basically try to make sure that they have better credentials with them. And once that is basically done, they try to make sure that they are not detected by most of the defense solutions that we have in the organization. Once they are able to actually stay undetected, they try to access other credentials because they might want to make sure that they have more access to your organizations. Once they have the required credentials with them, they try to discover inside the organization, try to do some account discovery or some sort of a discovery in terms of the cloud infrastructure that you have. They might even try to get access to your the dashboards or anything that you have in the cloud to see what's going on. The idea is to discover the permissions in your organization. The idea is to discover how your network is configured, what kind of systems do they have, and things like that. That's what they are trying to basically discover on you. Once they have discovered the required things, they collect as much data as possible. And once the data is collected, the reason why they collect the data is to transfer that to a particular account or maybe an external system. And ideally, why would a company or why would a adversary try to do that is basically trying to make some sort of denial of service attack on you, or maybe it could be an endpoint based denial of service attack or a network based, or it could be basically that they want to ruin your reputation in terms of getting things done, or maybe you might be a competitor and things like that. And at the end of the day is basically to hijack the resourcing. So if you actually see, there are many ways an attacker or an adversary can basically try to exploit your cloud deployments. And this is one reason you got to ensure that you have all the mitigations and techniques are available in your, like, basically you should make sure that you're mitigating all this risk when it comes to deploying a cloud design. Second thing is you got to make sure that there is certain detection capabilities in your cloud, because if you're not really monitoring the cloud, because that's one of the biggest risks, if you're not monitoring the cloud, then you are actually not even knowing that such a thing might be happening in your organization. So always work towards getting the right mitigations in your organization, the right design in the first place, right mitigation, like all the required risk is sorted out. And the second thing is going to be to ensure that we have all the detection capabilities in your organization. And so I think you would have currently understood why it is very important to have security a part of your part of your cloud security design. And going forward, I would be probably making similar videos in and around the security. And if you would like to learn or read more about such things, you can go to my blog, that is blogs.gulfitpro.com. It's a blog with an S, so it's blogs.gulfitpro.com, and probably you can read a lot more about these Azure components and security and things like that. I generally write like 1 or 2 blog in a day, so pretty active there. You can have a look at it, and I will strongly suggest, if you have any inputs to do, anything that you want to tell me, please put that on your comments. Connect with me on my LinkedIn, and let's take it from there. All right. So, all right. Have a nice day. Ramadan Kareem. Let's catch up later.